What's up guys, on this episode I'm going to be showing you how to install a light bar on a Mazda Miata. I picked up this in particular light bar off Amazon for around $50. It's a 46-inch light bar. It's not the curved one, it's a straight one. It's been sitting in my room for a while, it's getting kind of dusty. I also picked up a wiring harness for 20 bucks and I'm going to show you how to install this on the car. So these are the brackets that came with it, but they are not long enough for the Mazda Miata. I need some big old long brackets, so I'm going to find some scrap metal, make some brackets out of those. Also, this light bar got really good reviews on Amazon. One thing they said though is to go around it with some black silicone and seal up any kind of holes or anything like that, because I guess moisture gets inside these ones pretty easily. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do the brackets. Okay, for the brackets you can get metal like this. This is from Home Depot. This was around $5, just like a little piece of steel. I actually got some scrap steel from my buddy Dave Wax. He's a boss on the laser cutter and he cut these little knives out, so I'm actually going to turn these into the brackets to hold up the light bar. So first what you're going to do is put it on a piece of cardboard and then trace it out. I've already done it on this one. This is a traced out little bracket, and then you want to go ahead and line it up with your light bar. I marked with a Sharpie right here. This is the center and then the center of the light bar. So when I go ahead and line this up, I can get it center and how I want it to fit. You're going to want to unscrew that factory bracket that comes with it. Toss it to the side. This is a little cardboard template I made. I went ahead and poked a hole in it up top, so we could slide that through. Slide the light bar down. And so it looks like that. So I drill a hole in the bracket, obviously. And get this sitting like right here. Screw that sucker in. And then you can kind of gauge to where you want to bend it and how you want it to sit exactly, just with a template. Now I'll start drilling some holes in some actual metal and get this light bar mounted. Okay, so here's a piece of scrap metal. Here's the cardboard little template. I'll lay that over it, and I put a hole where I need the holes to be. So I'm going to grab a marker and mark where you want the hole. Grab a center punch. Do it up here actually. Grab that center punch, put it right in the center, and give it a good smack. So your drill bit hopefully doesn't walk around too much. Put it on right here. We'll go ahead and drill through this thing. Screw it in a little bit. So it's going to fit something like that, which looks pretty cool actually. And go ahead and put it up here. And you can kind of gauge where you're going to bend the bottom piece with the template. So like with that cardboard template, you can bend that and basically just copy it right over the metal. I'm going to draw a line, put it over another piece of metal or wood and hit it with a hammer to bend it. Drill a hole in this piece, drill it to the car. What I'm also going to do for a space right here, because we have we have a lot of space right here, I'm going to cut this stock bracket, or the bracket that came with it, right here, and just use this top piece as a little spacer to go in between it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now with the spacer back in that I made from the original bracket, with the bolt going back through it, here's the bracket that I'm making now. I kind of put a line right now where I think I'm going to bend it, and just kind of line everything up where I want it to sit. But everything's looking good so far, so I'm going to try to put this in a vise or between some vise grips and bend it over. I'm going to cut two little slits in it right here and here, just to make the bend go a little bit easier, hopefully. Okay, now with my extremely ghetto vise, my bench vise, clamped together with my vise grips, I'm going to bend this thing over. And boom, there we go. Hopefully it's bent. If not, I can just come back here and tweak it a little bit. We're going to drill a hole right here next. Okay, now I'm going to remove this lower bolt on the hard top slash soft top latch. Move that guy. And now I'm going to drill a hole straight up through here and through the top of the car. Okay, now you just gotta line the bracket up, put a level on top of the light bar, get it nice and level, and drill a hole in that. You have your bracket lined up and kind of just see where you want it. Tighten this top hole right here as much as you can. And then you want to throw a level on top of it and have someone help you out and have them tell you when it's level, when it's in the center of the car, your markings for that. And then what you're gonna do is grab a Sharpie, okay, over here, and you're gonna stick it through the bottom of this hole. And it's gonna touch this right here, make a little marking so you'll know where to drill when you get it all leveled and centered. And now I'm gonna shove this through the bottom. And I had some extra Miata hardware laying around that I pulled off of another project, so I'm just gonna use this instead of going into Ace Hardware and getting some more. But if you went to Ace Hardware and got some more, it'd probably only be like, I don't know, maybe $2 in hardware to this whole project. I'm gonna go ahead and spray all this black at the end after I get everything lined up and fitted the way I want. Let's get this thing on. Okay, so I removed these 5 bolts holding the end of this light bar in, this cap on the light bar. Basically, I'm gonna re-silicone all this because I read online on Amazon to re-seal that or you get moisture up in here. So I got some black silicone. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill through this and put a stud going through it instead of you actually screwing the screw into this, because this is like really cheap metal and it strips really easy. I already stripped one of them. Just want to come over here. It's actually gonna look like this, where it's put a stud in it and a bolt on the other side. That's gonna be way stronger. Okay, I just caulked up this end piece with some black caulking. Get this thing watertight. I'm gonna close this, put these last 2 bolts back in it, throw some blue Loctite on them, and we should be good to go. Okay, so I drilled another hole for a lower position for the light bar. If I want to do it down there or up here, but I'm probably going to use this one just because the wind noise is going to be reduced quite a bit. But I'm going to drill a hole over here for this J-hook to hook into. So this is going to hook on a light bar. It's going to come through right here just to hold it on, make it extra sturdy. But of course I had to get the template out and decide where I wanted to drill it. So I want to drill it right there. The light bar mounted back up. It's super duper sturdy now. It's pretty strong. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I just drilled the hole, about a 1/2 inch hole through there to run my wire. I found this little grommet, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I just got to slide this up through there, and so the wire's not directly rubbing against the metal and wearing through it, causing a short. The wiring harness is like mostly installed. It's actually pretty easy to install. They have a whole little instruction kit that comes with it. So I don't think I'm going to go through it in this video just because it's super self-explanatory. But I'll show you where I put the switch for it. So if you look right here, this isn't in all the way yet because I got one more wire, but I just put the switch right here. And yeah, looks pretty legit. Okay, me and Ali are about to go for a little night drive through some dirt roads, hopefully through some crazy trails, is what I'm hoping for. The light bar is fully installed like you can see here. I went ahead and painted all the hardware and the brackets black. Everything's looking really good. So here's a, turn it on real quick, it's not there, just a couple steps back. Pretty bright. So, yeah, we'll get some shots of us on the trail. So as you can see, the light bar is working extremely well. For like a $40 light bar off Amazon, it's working great. 40 or 50, can't remember how much it exactly costs, but yeah, it's super bright. What do you think, Ali?
It's really bright. If you're standing in front of it, it's blinding.
Would you say it's lit?
It's freaking lit, dude. It's freaking lit, dude.
Light bar works pretty good. Super stoked on it. Hope everyone else was. Hope you guys can throw some light bars on your own Miatas. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and like it, and I'll be posting much more Miata content. Thanks for watching.
It's freaking lit, dude.
It's freaking